Hey scrappers, if you're looking to figure out what materials you should sell this week or hold this week, now is the time to do it. Our weekly report is going to give you that information, up-to-date market news, pricing. Let's get right into it and we'll talk about it inside. Hey scrappers, Tom here, and today is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Happy late Independence Day to everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Had some nice fireworks shows and some hot dogs, and certainly found some scrap grills out there. A little remote today. I'm on vacation myself, but hey, listen, here to tell you what's going on because keep reading about the news. So it's been interesting the last couple of weeks because we didn't really report on things last week. So last week we did kind of a 6 month recap, and when I looked at last week, all of a sudden we saw copper prices jump up like 20 cents. We saw a lot of people starting to post some interesting prices. I was like, wow, what happened? And when I looked at those markets, they jumped up 22 cents. We didn't see scrap yards immediately changing their prices, but we started to see chatter out there through some of the online forums. And we saw those copper prices jumping. And a lot of people were thinking that was kind of off of a Chinese demand. But everything that I was reading kind of contradicted that. And here we are a few days into the new work week, first full work week in a couple of weeks here, and we're starting to see that the prices back off from where they were. But you know what? I think we're just getting a little bit of a funny time. Middle of July, a lot of copper melters in the United States domestically, and then in other areas of the world that are going through their summers are not going to be having heavy production. So you might start to see a little bit of an oversupply of copper. You might start to see it weakening going into the end of the month and into August. But once we hit that September buzz again and we start to wrap up the end of the third quarter, that's when I start to expect to really see things moving. And on top of that, we'll have the election, which will be 2 months away at that point. So once we get through the summer over the next 6 to 8 weeks, we'll start to see the market stabilize and either get a little more aggressive or regress a little bit, because some of the news that came out after the Chinese kind of, or in the market for materials was they're not in the market for materials and they have an oversupply of copper. So you read different articles from different places, and whether they're trying to get you in on clickbait or they're just trying to get you in there to read something new that they heard. Sometimes it's hearsay and sometimes it's from factories. And a lot of the information that I read are from different sources, and that's what's so nice, because some areas have heavy demand, some areas have light demand. But when you get to read things through Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, and other places, you get to learn about the metal markets, and that's what I like to talk about during these shows. Just, I don't know, something to look for. So gas prices. I mean, hey, listen, 4th of July, we've seen the gas prices going down. That was kind of nice compared to last year, but we're still seeing higher prices. But we are expected to see the OPEC community of countries having a scaled down production level. And I don't think that we're going to see gas prices going down much further than where they are. I think that they kind of stabilize around that $80 mark per barrel, and that's going to see gas prices where they are nationally. So I don't think that's going to have a heavy impact on the demand side of steel, kind of my segue into the steel markets, because they really haven't moved. I mean, everyone is telling me, oh, yeah, we're here in up markets, but that's 4 months in a row. And we got numbers 4 months down. So me personally, I continue to get material in and get it out in 2 to 3 days. Steel as well. Touch it as few times as possible, especially at the prices that you're at. Light iron reported prices anywhere from 4 cents to 9 cents, right, for light iron. So you're looking at what, $90 a ton, up to 200 a ton for maybe like shredders. But you're not going to see much market movement. I don't expect those numbers to go above where they are right now. I really expect them to kind of go that way for the balance of this year, kind of sideways, getting through 2024. It'll be interesting to see what happens in November with the election. That is going to be a worldwide pivot to see are the U.S. going to become higher energy producers again? Are we going to back our way off of green energy? Could that affect some of the copper prices? These are some of the things that I look at to try to figure out, are they going to move? Are they not going to move? Now, one market that has continued to confuse me has been that nickel and the stainless market. Nickel prices around $16,500 a ton, but stainless is still down, and I don't see much movement. I would absolutely hold on to your clean stainless 304, 316 grades. We're seeing reported prices in the 30 to 35 cent range, and that's just not enough money for you to be able to clean something like a grill or anything else that's stainless bearing. Look at a dishwasher, right? Or a washing machine with that tub inside. I wouldn't clean that stainless and just cash it in right now. That's something that you could easily double up on. And a couple of tips that we've seen from other guys: when you have those washing machines and you get that big belly of stainless inside, that's what you use to throw more stainless into, and you just get a heavier pile to be able to do stuff and to be able to create tighter spaces with heavier things. But that's an item that, if it doesn't cost you anything to get it, you can get those things in, clean them, and easily double your money. And I really do think the stainless market is underperforming by about 50% right now. I think those prices should be more in the 45 to 55 cent range instead of 30, 35. But until nickel prices and the demand really goes up, and that would be really a battery play, if we start to see the battery space having much further increase in demand, then we can start to see that increasing nickel price and stainless price. But I just don't see that happening right now. And cats, I mean, cats is another crazy thing. No movement, no movement again. 75, $76 per cat. That's all we're seeing. Nothing crazy. Markets are not going anywhere. It's super frustrating. I got to be completely frank with you, because you have these precious metals that are rare and can help offset a lot of these energy issues that they have, but they're trying to do the carbon capture and they don't want to use heavy precious metals, probably because they cost a lot of money. But that stinks, because that offset from those catalytic converters, the demand isn't going anywhere. You're pulling demand from gas engines, put it into electric vehicles, but you're not doing anything. So hopefully we can start to see a decarbonization platform that really ramps up with platinum, palladium, and rhodium baked into those. If we see those, that's where you're going to start to see those precious metals skyrocket, kind of like you saw copper prices when we really started to hit this energy efficient push the last 5, 6 years. Copper really started to have a strong increase right through, even through COVID. Even if you take the first 6 months out, we saw a really strong market, and that's kind of where we're going. So hopefully we can see that happening. And aluminum has been one of the brightest spots in scrap this year. Super strong prices, sheet prices still strong. And scrappers, I've learned in 17 years of owning a yard that aluminum is one of the highest upgradable areas that you can find. I'm not just talking about like cans, but your aluminum windows, things that you can take apart. You can sometimes double or triple your money. If you ever see the phrase like aluminum breakage, or special sheet, or 25% steel with aluminum, those are items that you might really want to focus in on. Save, that's where you can capitalize and make a lot of money, especially by sorting them by grade. So check out our YouTube videos. We have lots of videos showing you different things on aluminum and stuff like that. So hopefully that will help you out. So we'll be back in person next week. Scrappers, is Tom. Today's Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you had a happy Independence Day. Until next week, make sure you're drinking lots of water. It's hot out there. I'll scrap you later.
Thanks for watching our video. For $2.99 a month, by becoming a member, you can get access to early videos, member-only videos, merchandise discounts from our store, and priority comments that we answer before answering any other scrappers. Click the link below to learn more. Until next time, scrap you later.